Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome. Today's video has been heavy in my heart. As someone who loves a good live music venue, I can say with justification that I haven't been able to afford tickets in a really, really long time. Like truly cannot afford it. I've been fortunate to have friends in bands, friends in the music industry, worked for companies that are music related that I can go to free concerts. When I lived in LA, I worked at the Hollywood Bowl as well as other catering companies that let me watch things for free. In New York, where I live now, and I've lived here for a long time, I've worked for catering companies here too, and I've gotten to see really cool things like at the Met Opera. I worked for a big music production company. I don't know. I worked for iHeartMedia for a while, and they had concerts on the floor. They also had the radio station. I was on the executive floor. I worked as a receptionist. I was on the executive floor. Downstairs was a radio station, so you would see celebrities. Sometimes there would be like impromptu pop-up concerts for fans that I got to see, and things like that. But seeing these like insane concert prices, I'm just like, who are they marketing to? I just saw a woman on TikTok talk about Harry Styles at Madison Square Garden. That was like wild.
Don't get me wrong, but this is absolutely insane. I haven't cross-referenced across the tour, so I can't tell you if this is consistent, but this is Madison Square Garden, Wednesday, August 26th, and $2,500, I don't exactly know how that converts to pounds, but I know it's not far off, for any ticket is absolutely insane. And if people pay that, we are endorsing this ludicrousy because he has to be stopped.
I think that I love the Garden. I've been to Madison Square Garden so many times. I haven't been there in like the past decade because I can't afford it, but I love Madison Square Garden. I remember watching. It's upsetting because I think that, you know, especially in times like this, in times where everything is so damn expensive, you would hope that something that would bring you entertainment, because don't get me started on movie ticket prices, because I mean, yes, everybody's streaming at home and it's more convenient, but still, I wouldn't mind going to a movie theater and sitting down and watching a movie, you know, at the theater. I think it's a different experience than, you know, watching it on a TV screen, or in my case on my tablet or my computer. But that's expensive. That experience is really expensive. It's, I don't know, it's just like it's gotten so wild, because it's like you would hope that, like, we're going through so much in this world, everything's expensive, the gas is too damn high, the rent is too damn high, like, no, can we get like cheap concert tickets? And every time I think about it, I recall an interview with Nirvana, the band, Kurt Cobain, Chris Novoselic, and Dave Grohl, that I always see kind of plays in my mind about them kind of being shocked how much Madonna charges for her tickets. Mind you, this is 1993. This is 1993. I think Kurt died in 1984. This was 1993, and this was at the height of their fame. And they were just shocked how much Madonna charged compared to them. And this was on, I think it was Much Music. It's Canadian. I think it's in Canada.
These are other special sections they're doing. This one, this is a spot that's going to be on what our bands charge. Ticket prices, basically.
We had that discussion.
Ticket prices. First question is, what do you think of artists who do charge anywhere between $50 to $75 for tickets?
There are people
Who
charges that much money.
Who does
Apparently.
that?
Madonna
How much
does?
do we charge a ticket, John?
Yeah, but that's like a burlesque show.
It's a big production, isn't it?
27?
12?
You can speak.
Is that 12 or 21?
17 to 18 bucks a ticket? Wow.
Madonna charges $50.
Apparently. 50 to 75.
Madonna wears fur too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We were talking about, boy, we should charge $25 and really milk it. Yeah, really take them for all they got.
If they want to come, let's see how bad they really want to see the band play.
So.
Wild. I started going through TikToks because, where else do I get my information? TikTok and Google. Because I'm so confused why it's so expensive. Because it's really like, yeah, I get it. Prices go up throughout the years, but wow, it is insane. And I will give my own personal account that as an actor who's booked a couple commercials, who's booked TV, yes, you do get paid what seems like a good amount of money, but then you have to pay your agent, or let's say, for example, this is a perfect example. Let's say you're signed to a manager who gets a cut of whatever, and you also have to pay your agent. And in some cases, if it's a big deal, like if you're a big movie star, you have to pay your lawyer who negotiated the contract. So there's a lot of people you have to pay, and at the end of the day, you get so much money, right? And I get that, but also these studios and these corporations and these music studios, I'm thinking film studios too, are so damn greedy that they're basically working people to the bone, right? And my understanding as a musician, because I'm not a professional musician, is that if you don't hold the rights to your music, like either by writing them or the masters per se, you really don't make money unless you're out there touring and like selling products. Touring is where people make their money, which is so wild, because it's like you started out this endeavor as a musician or an artist or whatever just to express yourself and hopefully make a living as an artist, and now it's like it's gotten kind of out of hand.
Didn't understand the United States. We are not paying these prices. Here's a game in Miami, Colombia versus Portugal. Lowest price is $2,900. A game in Seattle, $1,600 for USA versus Australia. You can kind of get a deal in New York for about $1,500, but that's before you even pay the $150 to get to the stadium. And by the way, that same train ride today is $13. And the ticket prices have gotten so crazy that hotels are not booking up. There's just not enough people willing to pay this much. Hotels across the country thought that they were going to get a boom this summer, but that's not happening. If a European wanted to come to the States and watch their team play throughout the World Cup, they pay about $7,000 on tickets alone, which is 5 times the amount they paid in Qatar during the last tournament.
But I think for me, the biggest wildness is I went to Google and I did my Googling, and excuse me, I was like, why are ticket prices so expensive? Like, why are ticket prices so expensive? And basically, there was a couple of reasons. I found a talk that was really great at explaining it too. So
this seems like such a controversial take, but if you want concert tickets to be more affordable, artists need to find other ways to make money, because genuinely, from working in the music industry as somebody who interviews bands for a living, the best way that artists make money is through touring and through merchandise. Artists cannot make money off of making music anymore. That is the problem. Like, it used to be that you would buy an album and then the artist would get the money from that album, whether it be a CD, a vinyl, a cassette. You would buy it physically and the artist would get money from that, right? And that's how most artists made their money. Because of streaming services and the convenience of streaming services, most people now consume music through Apple, Spotify, so on and so forth. They don't buy albums physically anymore, which means artists barely see a fraction of the money that streaming services are getting from people streaming albums instead of buying them. And because of that, they have to look for other avenues to do what they want to do, which is make music for a living and be able to put food on the table. I feel like before, live performances were more of a luxury. Like, artists have always toured, right? Musicians have always toured. But you look at like the 90s and performances at like the VMAs and stuff and award shows and like iconic tour performances and festival performances, and you're like, I feel like nowadays, yeah, you get those iconic performances, but they just don't hit the same, because artists really used to put their pussy into doing live performances because they didn't need to do it. It wasn't like their 9 to 5. They would just do it to promote their album, so more people would physically buy the album and they'd make money from the sales of the album. But now it's a necessity for artists to make money, not just so they can push album sales, but making actual money off the concert ticket.
all this to say, I did this whole video, and I don't have a plan. All I can say is support your local artists, support your friends who are coming up. But then, what do we do about the people we really still are fans of? Like, it's obvious that they're getting screwed, and they have to do this roundabout thing. But then I don't feel that bad for them because they've made their money, but also they need to make their money because money isn't like, you know, it's not like when you're an artist, it's not like a regular 9 to 5 where you expect a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks for your services. Most artists have to work off the people, and if they go see their movie or they go buy their records, which now we know, listening to that one person, that they're not even making money off of records because everything's downloadable and streaming, and so they're not receiving money from that. So it's a shame. I mean, also, I mean, if you didn't know, I have friends who've worked on streaming services like Netflix and other places in shows, and that's also kind of in the same vein where back in the day, let's say, for example, like let's say the Cosby Show, controversial, but it's just an example. You were on the Cosby Show, you were on so many seasons, and then it was picked up and, you know, rebroadcast on another station, and you get residuals for that. People don't get residuals anymore. It seems like all these streaming services have, in any capacity, have taken away the autonomy of the actor or the artist to really make money. So, like I said somewhere in this video, or maybe I was just thinking it, a lot of these people are not making all that money. Maybe in the past they made money. I'm pretty sure Madonna is sitting on a gold mine. And maybe the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, they made money. But like new and upcoming artists, I don't think they have that much money. I recently heard about Justin Bieber selling his catalog for, I don't know, a couple of million. Like, who would need to do that? If you have the money, you wouldn't need to do that. But here we are. And in other cases too, there are artists who are from money who don't have to worry about money. So do with that what you will. So all I can say is it sucks. And support your local artists. I don't know what we can do. If you could put in the comments below what's a great alternative, because I am not paying $3,000 to see somebody for nosebleed seats. No sir, no ma'am, no gentlemen. Like, should we just all stop going to concerts and being like, yeah, no, we're not doing this anymore until you lower the prices? I mean, because Ticketmaster and StubHub and all these other places, they're just like, it's disgusting, you know? And we haven't even factored in scalping and all those other stuff. That's just like, it's wild. It's wild how expensive the world is. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have an alternative to going to concerts that, besides watching a concert doc on one of the streaming services, it just goes around in a circle, huh? Until next time, take care.